This conference will now be recorded.
Hi there, thanks for joining. Hopefully you've received a live demo already showing you how to use market reports, what it is, and more about LinkUp and our job market data. If you haven't, please feel free to reach out to me. My name is Meg Slindy, and my email address is meg.slindy@linkup.com. But let's just get started here because I want to quickly show you again how to build a report. If you've forgotten anything from the live demo or just need a quick reminder, I hope this is helpful. So I'm here in Market Reports, and I go to Market Report Builder. And the first thing I need to do is select my aggregate. And you might remember from the demo that when we are using and dealing with market reports, we're dealing with what we call parameters or dimensions. And the primary dimension is always going to be my tab or my sheet, whereas my secondary dimension will always be what appears in the report as rows. So for example, I can show you quickly what this report looks like. My primary dimension is the MSA because I've got different tabs for each MSA that I selected. My secondary dimension is our NAICS code or our industry, and those are listed here as rows. And the columns are my date element, which in this case is monthly. And then of course, because I selected active jobs, the numbers here are showing me how many jobs were active for the given NAICS code on this date or within this month for the Boston area. And in this tab, it's for the New York area. So those are some things to keep in mind as we move forward. If I'm going to recreate this market report here, I simply need to select my aggregate, which is my set of parameters that I'm applying. And I know that MSA is going to be my primary aggregate or my primary dimension. So I hit the filter button, and I'm just going to go right to primary dimension because that's the one thing I know for sure. And I select MSA. I simply select OK, and it's already narrowed it down to me from 68 different aggregates to choose from down to 10. So I see that we have all these options for MSA as the primary dimension, and I want NAICS code to be my secondary dimension. So now I just get to choose from these options, and I'm going to go with the 2-digit monthly unique active. If there's something here that we don't have, I simply would contact LinkUp and they would be able to build it for me right away. So I just have to name my report. I like to name them based on exactly what they say. So Boston MSA, NAICS 2-digit. I'll even go as far as saying monthly and unique active. And just for fun, I'll add July so that I remember exactly what this report was. I get to choose my format. I prefer Excel. And then I hit next. Now I get to select my primary dimension first, so what I want my tabs or my sheet to be. In this case, I was looking at Boston. I also looked at New York, and I looked at Chicago. For the secondary dimension, I select which NAICS codes I want to look at. In this case, though, I want to see all of them, so I'm going to select all. And I'm choosing an absolute date because I want to look at a specific set of dates, which is January through June of 2018. However, if I wanted to do the previous 6 months or an ongoing report that comes to me every month for a given time period, I could select relative, and that would allow me to schedule that report. If you want help doing that, please just contact me. I hit next. I skip post-processing, which is a statistical feature we have. For now, it is not as pertinent to this type of report, so I'm going to hit next. Scheduling again, this is where I would have selected if I wanted this to come to me every month, I would just select that here, but this is not a scheduled report. So I leave it blank and I hit finish. The report appears here, which is great, and I just need to hit run in order to make it run. And it appears down here. Sometimes it takes a minute, and if it does, I just hit refresh, and usually it appears right away. And all I need to do now to see the report is hit download, and it automatically opens for me. Let me zoom in and show you. I have my MSAs down here as tabs because they were our primary dimensions. My secondary dimension is my NAICS code, which is here as rows. My columns are the months that I selected, and the cells are populated with numbers of active jobs for that given month within that category within the MSA. So that's a very quick tutorial of how to use market reports to build a simple report. If you are interested in anything more advanced or you have additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I look forward to hearing from you, and happy building.